Okay, welcome to attend our online training show. This is Claire, sales manager of Wyndham. This training show is based on the principles and clinical studies of it. Hope to give you a general understanding of the application and parameters of it, and help you to make a consistent promotion in your local. And this training show will take an hour. During the training show, we'll disable your microphone. Your questions can be shown in the chat room. The Wyndham sales staff will organize and summarize your questions later. Okay, now we will start with the presentation first. The presentation is included for four parts: the introduction to the clinical application principle, research and indications, and the renewal parameters and applicators, new application discussion. After the presentation, we'll have the demonstration of it and the clinical treatment for the acne scars. And then we'll have the QL, Dr. Matthew Sergeant sharing, which is the MD of the aesthetic and vascular. Okay, for the first part, it's about the selective photothermolysis and fractional laser key parameters of the renewal. Based on the selective photothermolysis theory from this photo, 1550 absorption of the melania and the HbO2 is relatively low. So the Erbium laser is safe for all skin types. There's no more risk for the non-ablative, non-selective tissue. From this data, you can see the depth of penetration of 1550 Erbium laser is not more than 1000 μm. The introduction of the fractional laser beam allowed users to generate deep columns of ablation or thermal injury extending into the dermis while avoiding confluent epidermal injury and subsequent scarring or pigmentary coloration. The mid-infrared wavelength of 1550 is moderately absorbed by the water and therefore are capable of penetrating deeply into the dermis to generate the thermal coagulation. So based on this series, we have developed the non-ablative fractional laser renewal. The renewal is based on three main parameters with wavelength, energy, spacing, spatial density, and other main parameters like spot size, passage, epidermal protection with cooling, course duration. Second part about the research and indications, about the Wyndham research and indications with samples. Wyndham has cooperated with a famous local biology lab with non-vivo mice, HE staining, to get a real evidence for the renewal with 2 weeks observation at records, which required by the FDA. The HE staining were taken immediately after the treatment. This record was from 5 days later and 10 days later. From this data, you can see the thermal injury depth reaches to 500 μm, and the width reaches to 200 μm. After 10 days later, there's no any thermal injury could be seen. The skin restored very well. This was did by our first demo machine, so we plan to do the second experiment with our standard parameters now. And the indications with examples like the significant improvement in the photo damage, red heads, skin texture, and scarring, hair tattoo, and induce medicine and cosmetics into the skin. We have collected some before and after pictures from the public papers, which is this one is based on the acne scar treatment. The result here is after 3 to 6 months treatment by the 1550 fractional laser. This one is for the streak treatment, which is 3 to 6 months treatment by the 1550 fractional laser. And this one is for the hair growth. You can see the results very obviously after the 10 treatments. This one is what Wyndham did with our Renova for the hair growth, with the parameters at 7 mJ, sparse density at 150 to 200 square centimeters, with 2 weeks intervals and 5 sessions. From these photos, you can see the result at 13 days after the 5th session. Now let's discuss about the parameters and applicators, how to set the parameters and how to choose the applicators. How to set the parameters is based on 4 parts like the energy, sparse density, this will explain you later, and the shape, which is matched to the license shape to set the parameters. Donut is a special one which should set shape with circle and the scan mode with inward. Spouse laser shooting according to your intention. And another part is the scan mode, for example, scramble and random. The scramble is the laser shooting uncontrolled and no repetition for the same area, even you shooting many times. The random is a laser shooting under the control and repeated for the same areas when you're shooting again. How to choose the applicators? We have 5 tips you can choose with 3 stamped tips and 2 roller tracing tips. The stamped tips is focused on the targeted areas with treatment with high parameters. The grow is for more about the scope gap. Accure is for some small areas like the around. The FA is for the face. Roller tips 7, OST 7 and OST 15 is more focused on the rejuvenation or before the cosmetic drugs penetration with low parameters for the fast treatment. Now let's talk about the new application, transdermal therapeutic and hair tattoo. This video is a comparison of non-ablative fractional laser with ablative fractional laser, which is based on the cosmetic drugs penetration effect after you did each treatment. From this video, you can see the difference of the observation with cosmetics. So after the non-ablative fractional laser, some of our clients will do another project like their hair tattoo with ink. Okay. For the clinical treatment, our model has already done the anesthetic. And now we'll show you the device here. Let's press the power button and release the emergency stop. The system will take the starting will take around 30 seconds to enter the interface. And after you enter the the default password for the system is 123456, and you can modify it yourself. Okay, now we have entered to the operation system interface, all the adjustable parameters on the left. Here is the energy, which is means the single laser pulse. The maximum of the energy is to 70 ampere. And the laser shards is how many laser macro beams on 1 square centimeters. The shape is the scan shape, has the square, circle, oval, hexagon. And the mode means the scanning mode. It is the laser beam shooting route. You can choose the inward, outward, scramble, and random. I will introduce later about this. The middle side is the operation part for the face or the scope. The grid reminds you the user operation procedure. There are 3 schedules of each part. The green marks means no action. Yellow marks means selected to be treated. And the orange means it has been treated. On the right is all the operation information is records is here. And this area is used to record the selected parts treatment accumulated energies and laser shards. You can read the records here by part numbers. Here is the record for all accumulated energies and laser shards for the whole face or scope. And you can clear it by this button. And another important parameters is in the setting mode. Is the single mode and the repeat mode you can choose. The single mode means it will stop once you're shooting, it will stop automatically. And the repeat mode means if you keep step the full switch, it will keep shooting. Okay, now we'll show you the laser shooting on the paper. We'll use the stamp applicator first with Accure, and the energy we chose with 23 ampere and 100 square centimeters, and the shape used with the square first with maximum size, and the mode chose with the horizontal, and ready. Okay, you can see it clearly here. Now let's use another mode, stand by first. And the same parameters with 23 energy and 150 square centimeters. And the shape use the circle to do the donut. And the mode with the inward. Ready? Okay, you can see it clearly. Okay, now let's show you the relatives. We use the same energy with 23 ampere. and 100 square centimeters density. The mold we use both way. And ready here. Okay, now let's share with you the clinical operation. Our model was ready to do the treatment, already clear with the anesthetic. This is her second time for the acne scar treatment.
OK， 他已经做完表面的那个做完了，然后我们先把它面部的重点区域画出来。
We will use the mark pen to mark the most important serious parts on her checks.
面颊这个部分的话，有2个区域的毛孔比较粗大。
Her checks have 2 parts. The pore is very large.
然后另2个部分的话，痤疮的疤痕比较严重。
And another 2 parts is the acne scars very serious.
根据我的经验的话，我们这一次选择用 Acute 的那个治疗方法。
According to our experience, this time for her treatment, we'll use the Accure applicator to do this serious part.
然后我们选择一下参数。
And for the parameters, we set with 25 ampere and 200 square centimeters.
为了降低疼痛感的话，我们用Scramble 的模式。
And the shape, we use the square with maximum size. And to reduce the painful, we use the scramble mode. And we choose the checks part L5. And then ready. For these 2 serious area, we'll do 2 passes.
我们可以看到它的那个毛孔，就皮肤毛囊已经鼓起了。
We can see her skin has turned red and the pore has already raised. During the operation, you can ask your patients how their feeling is, and you can adjust the parameters according to their status of the skin. And for the one part we have already done, then we set with the same parameters for the next part. The right 5 and the ready.
遍我们也可以结束了。
Okay, the two passes for the both sides has gone. Now we use the ruler tips for the other parts. Set the parameters.
先用那个大条15个那个。
We use the large OST set 15 to do the large part with ruler tips. And the parameters we set with 20. And 150 square centimeters. The mode we use left. No. We use the both way. And the parts we choose the forehead and ready. For the forehead, we do one pass. And you can see the skin is turning white.
OK， 剩下我们用同样的参数去治疗的面部的其他部位。
Now we use the same parameters to do the other parts of their face. Still use still with the L5 for the rest parts.
对了。 然后我们避让开刚才做过治疗的部位。
Better to avoid the areas we already done.
避免这个治疗部分的能量过大。
To avoid to avoid extra energy on their skin.
这个滚轴的治疗速度还是非常快的。
The roller tips is very fast, so it's very good for the rejuvenation treatment.
我们可以看到，经过一遍治疗的话，它面部的其他部位也变红了。
And then we can see the other part of the chest has turned right.
那我们剩下的时间要做那个眼周、鼻子和唇周。
Okay, now we'll do other parts for the around the nose and lips around. First,
换一个那个。
and use the another applicators with
OST 7.
OST 7 smaller roller tips.
参数的话我们就不变了，还是原来。
And we will use the same parameters for other parts. And still with the both way. And choose the L2 first. Okay, another part with
那眼部我们在做治疗的时候要注意用这个压舌板把这个，因为要把眼线拿掉，我们用压舌板遮挡一下。
For the around. Now we'll do the other part for the around.
选择从 L， 你选择 择眼部吗？
现在for the around, and for the around we'll use a stick to put on her eyes. Another side. Okay, for the around has already done. Now we will start with the nose. With 3. Okay. Now we'll do the other part around the Morse. L6 first. Okay, another side. Okay. The R8. Okay. 7. Okay, another part.
你给他们看一下治疗完之后面部的情况，然后看一下其他的各个点好各部位，看看输出的能量是多少啊？在这边不有展示吗？好吧？
就在屏幕上展示，先看着它，再看屏。
好 ，OK。所以现在我们整张面部的治疗都做完了。
Okay, for her whole face, the treatment has already done. You can see the skin turning white very obviously. And now I'll show you on the interface, the energy on the interface. So here you can see the total energy and the total charge here. And we can see each part, like select the part number. You can see like here the energy here and the charge here, like the face, the arrow here. When you select each part, it will show you the records in the right side.
然后治疗之后，我们要敷一张那个保湿和镇静的面膜。
After we done the treatment, we'll give her a mask to cooling down her face, her skin. And when you done the treatment, after you done the treatment, you need to avoid the sunshine. Okay, the whole process for the operation, the clinical operation has already done here. This is this is for second time for doing this treatment. I'll share with you. This is her first time to do the treatment. And we also have another patient done the rejuvenation. So you can see the pore skin, the pore has been tightened and the skin is lighter than before. Okay, now we have done this part. Now we will ask our QL, Dr. Matthew, to share with you his experience with this laser. Dr. Matthew, are you ready?
Hello, yeah, I'm ready. Thank you.
Okay, okay, here I'll give you, then you can share with your experience with us.
Yeah, I'm activating the presentation. So, okay, I think you should see something. So yeah, I'm Dr. Sergent Mathieu. I'm working in France, and I have a laser clinic, aesthetic clinic, and I've been working here for 5 years, and now since I have been using the renewal lasers for 6 months, and I have good results with this kind of laser, which is a non-ablative fractional laser. So we have less, almost no downtime. So it's quite good for patient. And about the results, we have good results on the skin texture, because it can do a better result on pore reduction, acne scar reduction, and wrinkle reduction. Here is the first picture of only 2 sessions for this patient, and we can see also brightness in the skin after these 2 sessions. But I use much more energy than it is recommended, so maybe it's that's why the results are quickly. On this picture, you can see on the left side the first picture of the patient before any treatment. There was lots of redness and scars and dyschromia. So after 1 session and the 2 sessions on the right side, many days after, and it's almost 2 weeks after the second session, the picture on the right side, you can see that there is less dyschromia. The redness and inflammation is much lower. And yeah, I use more energy. It was 55 joule and almost 300 points per centimeter. Here you can see the picture just after the treatment. So the patient can covered with makeup easily. There is only a redness for 3 days, and before each treatment, patient should have a sun blocker to avoid some pigmentation, inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So we have to use sun blocker and local anesthesia and moisturizer after treatment. Yes, this was a patient with scars, acne scars, and there was only one session done after 3 weeks. So we can see that there is an improvement of the texture of the skin, but I do not have more treatment after. I should do, I think, 2 or 3 treatment more. Yes, it's a picture of them you have seen before. So this is their clinical case. And I have also a big improvement with skin pigmentation of scars of patients. After a 4 session, you can see brighter skin on the scar and less inflammation of patients who have scars on the arm. We have good results with on Lentigo 2 on the face, and also melasma. It can be good, but sun blocker is very important. So the Renuva, I think it's a good laser because there is almost no downtime. Patients are quite happy after treatment. They want to do more session after. They ask us to have other treatment because they see every time the good results, and we have 3 points which with 3 good results. It's the skin texture improvement, the better pigmentation, and the brightness. So this laser is quite easy to use. I have assistants in the clinic, so they can do the treatment again. I put the parameters and they do the treatment by herself. I use generally the grow tip because it's repeatable easily. I do some the same energy of the full face, but maybe less energy on the forehead and on the neck. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Matthew. Thank you sharing with us. Thank you very much. We hope to have more about the sharing from all of you. This is our new device. We hope to give you a very good result from it. Dr. Matthew?
Yeah?
Can you give back our host, and you can stop the sharing now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Dr. Matthew. It's very good result from him, and their experience with it help us very much. We hope to have more about this feedback from all of you. Hope we can get a very good relationship on this.